Hi, my name is Marina. Today we'll be talking about Clara Maass, yellow fever, and human experimentation article. On August 11, 1900 in Cuba, Dr. M.A.J. Reed developed a new experiment to prove that mosquitoes are the prime reason for the yellow fever virus. He did ask for human subjects to participate in the experimentation. Many people did sign up for the experimentation for the purpose of receiving $100. They were promised to receive another 100 if they developed any symptoms. They did sign a consent for the first time ever. They signed a consent in English and in Spanish, and unfortunately, they were not told any risk factors that would come with this experimentation. They were not advised against it or weren't told any risk factors that would come with this experimentation. A few days later, 8 members did develop symptoms, and they were in critical conditions, and they were basically about to die, but Dr. Reed didn't care about the volunteers, or all he wanted is to collect the data. A few days later, Clara Maass heard about the experimentation. She was a nurse. She was 25 years old. She was looking for a job. She was engaged, about to be married, and she wanted money for herself, her family, and her marriage. Therefore, when she heard about the $100 for the experimentation, she did sign up. The doctors noticed that her immune system is extremely weak and she could die easily from this experimentation. They did not advise her against it. They did not let her sign any consent. Instead, they inoculated her 6th time. On the 6th time, she did die from the yellow fever virus, and her family thought that it was nothing short of a murder and they wanted justice for her. However, they couldn't be granted such a thing because simply Dr. Reed wanted to continue on with the experimentation to prove his theory. He performed more human experimentation. He made them this time sign a consent, and he did explain the risk of this experiment because he was so affected by the death of Clara Maass. He, however, promised them full recovery. He guaranteed the full recovery, and he guaranteed a proper medical attention. It was unethical of him to do such a thing because no one can guarantee such a thing, especially with a virus that they are not fully aware how to treat yet. After two more deaths happened because of the experiment, the experiment was shut down. It was terminated. Dr. Reed was brought in for questioning by the committee, and the committee, when they asked why didn't he use animal subjects before humans, he was told animals were not provided to him. They were not available. That's why he had to use humans. Of course, it was completely unethical to use humans as the initial experimentation prior to any investigation or any research, and prior examinations on on animals instead of humans. It is completely unethical as well to have people sign a consent without informing them of the risk factors. It is completely unethical not to let someone sign a consent simply because they have an immune deficiency or immune weakness. It is also unethical to guarantee someone's recovery from a virus when they're not totally aware of what will happen, or if they're not totally aware of how to treat the virus properly. Therefore, a few short years later, a law came out that a consent is not valid if the patient or the subject were not informed of the risk factors. They have to be fully aware of any risk factors and understand them all before signage. And even if they sign and they're still not aware of it, the consent is invalid. So thankfully, we have that law to prevent any scientific experimentation abuse. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.